You got it?
Yep, it's ready to go.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. In accordance with state statute section 84-1412, the Open Meetings Act is posted on the north wall in the council chambers for public information. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Debbie, would you do roll call, please?
Stokely.
Here.
Penrose.
Here.
Swenson.
Here.
Boozy.
Here.
Hugo.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Okay, the consent agenda tonight, city boards and commissions, Parks and Rec, reappointment of Alan Crackmeyer, Dave Wimmer, and Terry Doggett to 3-year terms. The Housing Rehab Board, reappointment of Rusty Smith. And the Cumming County Economic Development Board, reappointment of Rusty Smith. City representative for the Chamber Board, Bruce Schleck, for a 3-year term. Fire and Rescue, we have one tonight, Ubi Mendoza. Approval of the minutes from the previous meeting. Treasurer's report, everything's okay there. Claims, has everybody gotten a chance to look at those? Yeah, I just need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion made by Tom, seconded by Rusty. Cast your votes. Okay. Item C, reorganize business, election of a council president. Are there any nominations for council president?
I nominate Jerry Hugo.
Second.
Is there any more nominations? Okay, then we just need a motion that nomination ceased.
I'll make a motion. Second that.
Motion made by Shay, seconded by Ryan. Okay, and I have.
Did you want to do that?
That's the hardest job I've ever had.
So I now declare Councilman Hugo as the president of the council. Item 2, appointment of council standing committees. The appointments to the council standing committees will remain the same because I'm not changing any. So we just need a motion to approve these appointments. Motion made by Rusty, seconded by Mark. Cast your votes, please. Oh, Jerry. Seconded by Jerry. Vote, Jerry.
Jerry.
Vote. Okay. Item 3, designated official depositories. I need a motion to approve the designation of Charter West Bank and F&M Bank as official depositories of the city. Motion made by Tom.
Second.
Seconded by Mark. Cast your votes, please. Designation of the official newspaper. I need a motion to approve the designation of West Point News as the official newspaper of the city. Just need a motion. Mark made the motion.
Second.
Seconded by Tom. Okay. Appointment of the statutory city officers, city clerk Debbie Ostin, city treasurer Catherine Peterson, city physicians Franciscan Healthcare, county attorney Welch Law Firm, city superintendent John Zwingman, chief of police John Adams, police officers Brett Vance, Kevin Culp, Thomas Morrison, Miguel Pena, Austin Petrusky, and Tizia Radke. Okay. Fire chief Tom Stropman, assistant fire chiefs Chris Sheet, Maurice Norton, rescue squad officers President Rick Weimer, Vice President Drew Weimer, Secretary Kelly Hansen, and Treasurer Brandon Briggs. I need a motion to approve these appointments. Motion made by Tom, seconded by Rusty. Cast your votes. Public hearings, we have none. Bids?
Do you want to have him introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah, you could do that. Ever stand up?
This budget year, you guys said we could have a 7th officer. It took a while to get it done. Not that this is in shortening her any way, shape, or form. This is the fact of the way the environment is with police officers. This is Jedzia Radke. She's coming from us from Colfax County. She is certified
welcome
Thank you.
aboard.
No questions or anything, we made it simple.
We're good.
Actually, there's one, never mind.
You'll figure it out pretty quick. That's Rusty and you.
They still pull me over, so.
Okay. Bids. We have bids on the canoe launch pad along the Elkhorn River.
Yeah, we received 2 bids. The first one from Prus Excavation in the amount of $113,896 with an anticipated start date of April 30th, 2024 and a completion date of June 30th, 2024. The second bid was from Sawyer Construction Company in the amount of $159,059 with a start date of April 1 of 2024 and a completion date of July 1 of 2024. The engineer's original estimate was for $120,000, and ACES did go through the tab sheets, and they are recommending to award to Prus Excavation in the amount of $113,896. So we need a motion to authorize and prepare the contracts.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made by Rusty and seconded. But I do have a resolution to read. Resolution number 2023-27 to accept the bids of Prus for $112,896 for construction of the canoe launch. So everybody just, okay, motion's carried.
Just a couple things I want to mention real quick that I should have mentioned earlier was we do have a $30,000 grant from the NRD that's being applied to this, and we are well under the budgeted number of $130,000. So.
Okay, item 2, subdivision of real estate, request to split a tract of land located in West Point Industrial Tract, and it's,
Skip insurance.
oh gosh, why would I do that? Rick, I'm sorry.
I gave us a discount.
And I need to come and talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you. As you can see from the packets that I delivered out, the increase this year is about 2.9%. But the biggest area of concern is actually in the property, as most insurance companies this year are struggling with the property coverage. So the value went up a little bit, a little over about $2 million, but the premium jumped $20,000, and we're also looking at some higher deductibles of some buildings. I'm talking to Tom. I'm looking for some alternatives to possibly buy back some down on the deductibles because they're getting up there. We have $25,000 on some and some by percentages. So they've changed that all, and I've looked at some others. I talked to some other carriers, etc. And they're all doing the same thing. It's a matter of just waiting for time when they all figure it out because, we looked at some companies are going to $250,000 standard deductible per building. So we're still in the marketplace. We're still preferred 20-cent rate with EMC, which is a good rate. But ultimately, they said they felt that they had to do this to stay competitive and to stay in the marketplace. Because if you go back, a couple of years ago, we had a really nice dividend of like $50,000, I think, and last year was $9,000. That tells us there's a lot more losses going on. And where the crunch is coming from with the insurance companies is actually the reinsurance. So if you look at across the nationwide, like the Lloyd's of London, etc., do a lot of reinsurance. Every company buys insurance on themselves, and they retain maybe the first $20 million or $50 million of a loss, and then the reinsurance companies come in and pick the others, just like a $20 million deductible. Well, they're losing money, so guess what? They want to make money, the Lloyd's of London, so they're passing it down. And so then our insurance companies in our region are doing the same thing, they're passing it down to carriers. You're going to see a lot the same with your homeowners insurance. I mean, they're just all changing deductibles, doing different things for cosmetic. There's going to be a lot of cosmetic, whereas if it just has some what I call dimple darlings on it, they're not going to cover those. I mean, basically because it's still functioning as a roof that, as long as it's not leaking, they don't wait for that. So we're going to be continuing with that all along, and it's just not getting any better. I don't see anything happening for another good year. Hopefully we can level it out and say, hey, this we're going to be one flat deductible, hopefully, or something. But we got a lot of work to do on that. And because some properties, on there, basically it's got a deductible, the property isn't worth that. So we got to really kind of evaluate. We want to keep it on there because fire's covered like for a $5,000 deductible. It's really the wind and hail is what's really getting the companies to want to do something different on there. So, but this was a good quote, I felt, for what they've done, but yet it's still downward on the property, totally downward on the property. But we just can't do anything about it. It's just what the marketplace is doing.
Okay. Any other questions for Rick?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Rick. Just need a motion to accept the city's general property and casualty insurance.
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Rusty,
Second.
seconded by Shay. Cast your votes, please. Okay, now item 2. Subdivision of real estate, request to split a tract of land located in West Point Industrial Tract North, in addition to the city of West Point in Cumming County, Nebraska. S2 Mitch Sawyer is the applicant.
Yeah, basically what it is if you look at the land tracts that are in front of you, tract 2 is where they're actually proposing to build a transfer station. As part of that transfer station process or construction process, they also have to permit it. So in the process of permitting it, they're gonna wanna downsize the footprint required for the transfer station, because otherwise it becomes all encompassing for the regulatory environment if they do the entire tract. So they're limiting the transfer station to tract 2, the 5.4 acres. They're providing for a drainage easement, and so they separated off that other piece of property. Both pieces of property are accessible from Johnson Road. There is a farm access along Highway 275 that was the original farm access to that property. It's still there. Planning Commission reviewed it and approved it, and meets all the regulatory, or all the Planning Commission's requirements to subdivide it.
Any more discussion on this?
I'll make a motion.
We gotta read the resolution first.
City of West Point, Nebraska, resolution number 2023-28, a resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of West Point, Nebraska, to approve the subdivision of real estate located within the city of West Point, Cumming County, Nebraska.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Rusty, seconded by Shay. Cast your votes. Okay. Item 3, LB 840, Economic Development Program, consideration of the following: Bricks Saloon, Jessica Wickman; ASWS Properties, Alex Steern.
Both of these were reviewed by the Citizen Advisory Committee, and what they approved was a $15,000 grant for Brick Salon, Jessica Wickman, and a $45,000 50/50 loan/grant for ASWS Properties. The Brick Salon, they've been in business for a little while. She wants to clean up their storefront. And ASWS Properties is looking to construct a new facility on the corner of Lincoln and Ely. And then they're gonna come back and ask for some additional funds from the LB 840 once the project gets underway. We're doing some of the interior work and stuff for the pending businesses that are looking to go in there. The Citizens Advisory Committee didn't feel comfortable providing additional funds for something that's not there yet. In other words, as far as the interior work and construction of, I'm trying to remember the salon name.
Bricks.
No, not Bricks.
Spa.
Yeah, Bliss Spa, thank you. Yep. This Bliss Spa will be moving up there. So when that happens, they'll be back again, talking about some additional funding. But this is what they've approved at this point. That's their recommendation.
Okay, we just need a motion to approve, or motion made by Jerry,
I'll second that.
seconded by Rusty. Cast your votes, please. Okay, motion carried. Item 4, approval of an annual maintenance agreement with the Nebraska Department of Transportation. This is the same as last year, no change in anything. So, if anybody doesn't have any questions? Need a motion to approve?
Second.
Mark made the motion, Shay seconded. Okay. Item 5, approval agreement between Nebraska Vet Services and the city.
This is a veterinary services contract we've had for a number of years that the state required a while back, that we have a designated pound or facility to take animals to. We've been working with NVS since the inception of this, and they've been real good to work with. They've been real accessible for the PD, so when we have strays and that, it's worked out real well.
Second.
Motion made by Shay, seconded by Ryan. Item 6, authorize annual employee holiday bonus, $125.
I'll make a motion.
For $125?
Yes, sir.
Okay, should I have a second? Seconded by Tom.
How long have we been given 125?
Last year was the first year, I think.
Oh, you said, you act like it was like decades.
Oh,
No.
no.
Yeah, sounds good.
Inflation, I get it.
No, it's just like, seeing like we've been doing, Social Security,
No,
still paying $250, why can't you want to be better than that?
Just wondering why councilmen don't get bonuses.
Well, I was gonna.
You can at the end of the meeting.
I know Jerry was thinking it over
Discuss, item 7, discuss the changing of the date of the February 6th council meeting.
I need to move that to the 1st, if at all possible,
February.
of February is what I'm shooting for.
That works for me.
I mean, otherwise that's, what was it, Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Move it to when?
February
February
1st.
1st.
We'll be
Thursday.
back by then.
Thursday? Fine with me. I can remember.
We'll make
We'll
sure,
call you.
we'll make sure to remind you.
Everybody okay with that?
Do we need a motion or what?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Motion made by Shay.
Ryan's still
No,
looking.
no, sorry.
Ryan, if you don't.
I appreciate it, thank you, yes, we're good.
I'll make a motion.
I second.
Okay, Shay made the motion. Rusty seconded. Jerry said no. Okay, make sure you get that wrote down. Here's a tough one now. Item 8, approval of the council affiliated claim of Hugel Plumbing and Heating for services and supplies.
Should rethink that vote.
Way too high.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Jerry, Rusty.
Jerry's got his bonus figured in on
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
He
Do we
bumped
have
it on himself.
do we have a section on that at all?
Yeah, down here. We got 3 liquor licenses. We got an add-on item. Number 9, special designated liquor license. Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary St. Mary's Church for a cornhole tournament on Friday, January 5th, 2024. Roadhouse Lounge for 2i Conference on January 24th, 2024, and Roadhouse Lounge for Ducks Unlimited on January 26th, 2024. Do I have a motion to approve these liquor licenses?
No move.
Motion made by Tom,
Second.
seconded by Shay. Cast your votes. Okay. And I have one resolution number 2023-29, to approve the application payment 14 to Christensen Construction Company, West Point Aquatic Center project in the amount of $321,917.23. Do I have
The motion.
motion made by Mark?
Second.
Second by Rusty. Okay. On to reports. I don't have anything this evening.
Just a couple things. We're finally getting to where we may have a 408 permit for the levee system. So, what JEO tells me is
verbally it's been approved, just waiting for the official paperwork to come through. So we're looking, huh?
After 6 months or so.
If it's 6 months, I'd be happy. But, hopefully we'll be able to launch into this thing in early spring and get it out for bids. The other thing that we're working on, I think you probably have all seen it in the news, there's, the lead pipe thing that the EPA's put out. We're required to do a lead survey, on all the service lines. So we're gonna launch into that probably right after the first of the year. So you might see some flyers out there. You need to identify every service line in the community, going to every house, every business, whether it's copper, galvanized plastic. I asked Jerry if he remembers right off the top of his head. He says he remembers all but a few.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
So,
I got 800 or 900 of them in his head.
yeah. But we'll be launching into that campaign along with, we'll be doing backflow surveys again at the same time. And that's going to be required of all residents. So our goal is to have most of this completed by midsummer. So you'll be seeing those flying around out there before too long. I think everybody's up to date on where we are with the Eagles. We're still waiting for them. That's all I've got for now.
Okay, Mark? Nothing. Jerry?
Well, I just want to report they poured concrete on the theater this morning, and they're looking really good back there, and they get up, and I didn't look at the job, but they swept it.
Did they
Lot of-
swept it? I bet they swept it.
Yeah. So that really, that whole project just addressed that whole area up back there. They got rid of that ugly window patching they had in there, so. And Harry Kenobi, who was the generous donor for the bricks in the building, that was just totally awesome when he came to me and said he wanted to do that. And that put the finishing touches he did. So it really, and he came by yesterday and looked at it, and then we have a cornerstone put in there, so it's just gonna say the initials West Point Community Theater and then the date installed, just like the front ones, and they'll pretty well match the design and everything. That's a $1,700 stone, so we already have 2 people said they would pay for it, so that, and what's been going on there with the last few things, we've exposed people from outstate quite a ways, and so there'll be a lot of great things happening in there down the road. So anyway, well, I've got a couple streets I'd like to see some tar go on. Cracks, I really like to see that thing out. And I'm not, it doesn't shame me if people tell me, why you aren't darn. And I know it's been a couple of years, you haven't done anything, so maybe longer. So I'd like to see some of that done. Maybe it don't do any good, but I think it does.
Well, he hurts.
Rusty?
I'm good.
Tom? Jay?
So you just clarify, is the levy project, or is it approved then? Or like, just waiting for the paperwork?
I'm waiting for the approval in writing. They said verbally, everything's
Okay.
good, all the reviews are done. And once we get the final documents, then we'll launch into finalizing the
Okay.
plan specs and get it out for bids.
There's gonna be constituents that
I know.
and then with the pool, like, so where do we end up with that? Like, are they just going off of our goodwill?
They're actually come back to you at the January meeting. They're gonna ask for extensions and completion dates, and we'll define all those through a policy standpoint, so.
Oh, good.
Brian, you got
You
anything?
guys have been getting all the updates. I haven't.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
just since the
okay,
last one, I
yep,
would think, but yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a couple of weeks, I mean.
right, yeah,
Okay.
that was a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago
Okay.
since I got the last one.
Okay, just make sure.
Yep.
Brian? I'm good. Thank you. Case?
I'll make the motion.
Swenson.
Sit now.
Sit now.
No, you're sure?
Motion made by Rusty, seconded by Tom, Jerry. Okay.
Rick, I just want to say thanks for that work you did on the Flight Tower.